should now be live, and of course, gonna let you guys know as always, it's probably gonna be some background noise. So, just as a fair warning, before we really get into things. Anyway, hello everyone, and welcome to our first sort of online Rising Steel live stream. Now, I can't promise you this is gonna be the last one, but I can promise you that we're gonna still do SAO MD. Anyway, aside from that notice, yeah, this is gonna be our first SAO if. What am I saying if? Is it AS? SAO as? Anyway, not as. RS. It's gonna be hard to short pronounce it. But yeah, Rising Steel. It's here. So hello, welcome to the stream, Melvy. Before we really get into things and me just going off on the game, be it whether good or bad and playing the game ourselves, we are going to play some music. I'm just going to lower it a lot more than usual so I'm not over speaking, so I'm not crazy loud. There we go. Okay, so I will also be doing weapon scouts, because like SAO MD, weapons are more important at the very beginning of the game until you have a weapon for each weapon of each weapon type. There we go! Like SAO MD. So, as you can already heard by that, yes, this is legit like SAO MD, but with different story and different gameplay, and then elements of other gacha games somehow into it. If that makes any sense. So there's weapon scouts, there's character scouts. Character scouts are the same, weapon scouts are like 1% less. I know there was a deal that was really douche of them, 72 hours only is really stupid, because that's not even a long enough time. It's kind of like the whole limited banners fiasco with, whatever, it's Pokemon. No, it should not be Pokemon. I doubtly made sure that I changed the game on Twitch or YouTube. So if it's still on Pokemon, I'm gonna switch that right away, and hopefully it's correct. Because if it's still Pokemon, we're gonna change that real quick. If it is, I'm sorry if I accidentally somehow confused you guys. I blame YouTube. No, it's SEO and Alization, so no clue. I know I meant SEO as in still like that. Oh, okay, I got you. I was like, okay. Hopefully it's not, because the last stream was Pokemon for Pokemon Sword and Shield, so that is why. I had to make sure, because I want to make sure I wasn't wrong, so no problemo on that. Anyway, aside from that, yeah, Rising Steel, having Izuki there than Alice, because Izuki is our boy, and he's better than Alice. Anyway, aside from that little PA announcement, we are going to, I guess, scouts, talk about the game. So, here's the thing for me. This game, I feel like, is... Oh, an app error? Okay, I do remember them saying something like that. I feel like this game may be a little too much like SAO MD, but that's okay. I think that's fine for me. I don't know how anyone else feels, but it's fine with me. Now, one thing I'll instantly say, aside from that... Oh, there's actually several things. Okay, there's so many things going through my head that I want to talk about, and I'm just like, I want to talk about this, no, I want to talk about that. Okay, let's actually talk about how it compares to other mobile games. Like, what are things that you could see in another mobile game that you see here? Danmachi, aka, is it wrong to get a girlfriend series in the dungeon? Whatever the fuck that enemy was called. Danmachi is technically Memory of Freeze, I think it's technically what it's called in the game and Japanese-wise. I think they usually call it that than what we call that long saying for the anime. Pretty much the character and how it looks and how it interacts is from that mobile game. I'm trying to think of anything else. I'm trying to trying to think. I know there's someone that said it perfectly in my mobile gaming news Discord.
What the fuck?
Is it?
Oh, hell!
Okay. I don't know. I don't know where exactly it is. Maybe it's game discussion? Yeah. I have no idea. I remember it's someone saying that like it's close to these games, and I was like, yeah, that's I kind of agree on. And yeah, like I said about the whole background noise, I see it again. Don't worry about it. This is gonna do it harder now. Okay. Anyway, aside from that, I'm trying to think of this. I don't think there's really anything else to compare this gotcha game in some ways. But it's pretty much SAO MD with a few elements from other mobile games by the looks of it. But different gameplay and story realization. I don't know if they're going to do part 2. I'm guessing they're going to do part 2. Aside from that, my thoughts. Gotcha's not bad. If it's like SUMD, it's not going to be hard to get units. So my gist is, if you're a new player and if you haven't played SUMD or realization, main goal, get units. After you get at least a few units, go for weapons, 100%, so you get at least enough weapons for each weapon type, or a decent amount of weapons, because it's also very similar to MP. There's MP in this game, and it's MP'd out weapons, which are going to also be important, so you kind of get the gist. Then after that, you can go all characters, no matter what, unless you want to get power creep weapons, and that's optional, but that's kind of how I would suggest you scouting this game, is get a few characters, go ham on the weapons, and then only characters for the rest of your time playing this game. Pretty much the gist. Unless they release new weapons, or you want to go up power creep weapons. Assuming that they're gonna power creep characters and weapons, my hope is they don't. But who knows? It's Bandai Namco, and since it's so similar to SCMD, I would not be surprised if they power creep the hell out of this game. And of course, my worries, as usual from SCMD, that are gonna transfer over to here. Character distribution, but this game seems like there might be a better character distribution. Another thing to note is it seems like you can upgrade 2 stars to 4 stars. I'm not positive. I don't know if that's true, but from what I've seen, it looks like it's possible, but I'm not positive. In any circumstance, that's the case. But if it is, that's hella awesome, because no matter what character gets released, you can use them. But I doubt it. I would have to see. If that is a possibility, fuck yeah, this is already tons better than SCOMD in some regards. But I'm going ahead of myself there if I say that. And okay, so aside from my rears and worries about character distribution, or what's the correct term I use? Whatever, pretty much they keep using the same characters over and over again. So my hope is that they don't, so we don't get like 50,000 copies of Asuna than 1 copy of another character. I don't want that. So my hope is they don't do that. Aside from those few things, let's actually talk about the game. So gameplay is interesting. I don't think it's as crazy as other games I've played, but I do enjoy it. Let me see if I can give you guys like a full party look. So just to see what my characters are rocking with. I only have like 3-4 stars. The free one for the pre-upload, and then Asuna and Tease. And those are the characters. But it's nothing crazy for me when it comes to the gameplay, which we'll be doing a lot of gameplay, just so you know, and I can get more thoughts on it. But for me, it's nothing crazy. It's more strategic, so you're able to use a lot more variety of units, and you don't have to worry about needing specific units until you get into late game, where certain units might be better than others. FYI, that's my thought right now, and that's probably going to be the case. As you can tell, weapons, there's weapons and equipment in this game. I can go into it, which are similar to SUMD, so take note of that. So get to farming the equipment creation event, guys, which I'm gonna eventually get around to doing. Aside from that, there's also skill slots, which is also very similar to Damamachi skill slots. It's like this skill slot thing that if you unlock a certain amount, you can upgrade the character star. So it's not, I don't think it's exactly that, but it has a similar upgrading system. Aside from that, another connection. There was something, and now I just forgot it. Which we'll get around to it doing. I mean, I'm not even to that. I'm going to be doing a lot of story on stream. Aside from that, and the gameplay, animations, and the look of the game. Let's just say, I think it's a lot worse than Memory Defrag. For a lot of reasons. I hate how, I mean, it makes sense that they close in and focus on certain parts, but I want to see all of it, you know? But I don't know if that would be possible for them to do. It makes sense why they did it. Aside from that, just the animations themselves, like, it's cool, it's like hype, but the animations themselves and the look of the characters doing the animations, for me, looks really bad. Like, it looks actually really bad. I mean, not incredibly bad as something like Black Clover bad. No. I'm talking about, like, it could be greatly improved upon. Compared to SAOMD, it's better than Integral Factor, but worse than SAOMD when it comes to animations and the flow of the characters. It doesn't look good. I think they can improve upon it. That's my opinion. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like they could greatly improve upon the whole animation department. Of course, there's the Apollo gems because of the iOS problem, aka iPhone problem. I kept telling you guys, iPhone is technically iOS systems. Yeah, like for anyone that had problems with the
like,
iPhone.
Totally.
Can you shut up?
Hey, I'm helping you out. I'm giving some personality to your system.
You see, this is why she doesn't live stream. Anyway, pretty much, what was I getting at? Fuck! I lost my train of thought. Damn it! Anyway. The Apollo gems, yes. iPhone, iOS. For people that were confused, or confused at that time, it was because the game crashed a lot, and I think that was it. They fixed it. They figured out they fixed it a lot faster than Memory Defrag, that's for sure. Which is kind of worrying, because it feels like they're trying to focus this game so that this game will now be the new SAO MD, and they're gonna stop with SAO MD. That's just my fear. We'll see. I don't think that's gonna happen. At this point, I don't think this game is as popular or is going to stay as popular as the SAOMD, because the SAOMD is a lot more unique, and for me, comparing the two so far, I like SAOMD far more than this game. Aside from that, I think I gotta get the general gist. I like the scouting. Scouting is like SAOMD. You, like, unlike other mobile games, you're more likely to get something in this game than others. If it's still happening to you, then it's still something that iOS, because I know for me right now, I don't have any problems with it. And any SAO game would have done to me. True, if you're really like certain SAO games, or all of them. This game is kind of too grindy to me. Turn-based RPGs are bad, but this one's kind of meh. Graphics quality isn't too bad. Also rates advanced, not as bad game, but SAOMD is what I'm sticking. Yes, and I think that's most generally what people are going for. I'm gonna continue playing the game for some time. Maybe not on stream as much, maybe not, I don't know. It's just one of those games that I'm more interested in the story and how it's gonna play, more than the game itself. And that's just my thoughts when it comes to this game. That's what I'm gonna do. Game is too grindy. I haven't gotten to that part, but like I said, AP is gonna be a problem eventually. It's right now heaven, but it's gonna quickly die. Or I say quickly, just depends upon how fast you play the game. There was another thing I kept going at. Oh yes, party. This game is a lot worse when it comes to party management because you cannot have a full team for a fucking long time. Because not every level gives you a party points. Like, if I were to get to the same rank as this game in the other game, I would be at less party cost in this game than the other. And I feel like that's a problem. That's gonna be an issue, especially at the beginning. Honestly, kinda makes it so scouting is less hopeful because you can't use as powerful units. That's what I felt like was one of the kind of problems when the game first launched. Yeah, I mean, thinking about back then, it would have been, it was kind of a problem still back then when I first started playing it to begin with anyway. So I feel like maybe they could have toned down that a little bit, because I feel like that could be an issue, but it's whatever. I know you're far ahead. I mean, I haven't really gotten the chance, or I say gotten a chance, but I haven't really played it as much as other people, obviously. Because I'm doing other stuff, also Sword and Shield's a thing, so I'm enjoying that a lot more than this game, if that's saying anything. I still enjoy the game. What else? Story, cool. Also, story, you know, like those cinematic cutscenes are actually also similar to Danamachi. This is actually, the whole cutscene thing is also in Danamachi. They also, it's like legit the same thing. Like, they took a lot of things from Danamachi. I'd have to look at the game creators and see who worked on the game. Because maybe the people that worked on that game also worked on this game. Or they just took a lot of ideas from that game. Mobile game specifically, Danamachi. I talked about it before on Discord. I played it before. So it's like, okay, are they just completely copied? Or is it just the same company is also working with Bandai Namco on this? I'm really not sure, if I'm going to be brutally honest. But I guess that's another thing to note when it comes to other mobile games. I'm not doing story mode, I'm doing the events. Which, yeah, I still haven't gotten to events, but I will grind heavy that, because I know how important equipment are. And yeah, another thing to note, if you're new to SAOMD, Rising Steel, or SAOMD, equipment is fucking important. Get on that. Anyway, I just maxed the free character now, doing ordinal to go to SSR area for that Alice. Oh yeah, that ordinal thing, which I'm not there yet, but I know I'm very close to it. I would have to see how that is. Isn't ordinal, or was I'm thinking of a different game? I'm trying to think. There's like one game that's adding like a tower system. No, it's Crossing Void. That's what it was. Crossing Void is doing that. So it's not this game. Anyway, I might give up on this game. I say my count, but I might not play this until something interesting to me or they change some things. I wonder what you want to change. Is it because it's too grindy? Is it just not unique enough? Like for me, I think it's the graphics, how the game looks and plays. Like it's not bad, but it's nothing too great. If I'm gonna be honest with this game. I don't think anything else. Bad stuff. I did hear, and I want to know if this is kind of true for you guys, but the amount of memory crystals in this game is hard to get by. Diamonds. Is it more difficult for me? I looked at it, and I think it's similar to SAOMD, so I'm not too... I can't really positively say it's worse. I think it's the same. I would have to go back and check for sure to be positive. So I can't really say anything about that. Like, there's some... I think it helps that it is based off SAOMD. It's just, I think they need to improve on the graphics and the look of the game, because when the actual gameplay goes, it doesn't look that good. Like, I feel like they could improve upon it. I think some characters are good, some of them are just bad. Like, I know Tease's assault attack looks really good, but like the charge attack or some other attacks, some of them don't look as good. Like, I think actually the SS3 animation for Asuna is really not good at all. Like, it's really bad. Like, her movement is kind of doesn't flow right, doesn't look good. I think it's because they're trying to like make it look like she's running and moving forward, but then that just looks bad. And just like some characters don't really work well with the SS3. I think it's, for me at this point, it feels like it's more of a nitpick, but sometimes not really. 3 diamonds per round, even assuming he did better and had 5. Oh, is it just 3? I would have to go back. I have to make sure, but that would make sense because there's generally like there's like 2 other qualifiers if you get all 3 Cresta, you get extra diamonds. So kind of crazy as well. Okay, so I'm guessing that's supposed to be ordinal or something. Yeah, I give this game props for animations and cutscenes. Sure, there are some cutscenes and animations like the story that I think they did really good on, but the movements of the characters somewhat, and there's just some things that don't look good enough or correct. If I'm gonna be positive, if I'm gonna be correct here, what I'm gonna say here, whatever you want me to say about that. That's what I think anyway when it comes to the animations. Aside from the scouts, which I still say it's as similar, except weapon scouts are worse. If you know how weapon scouts are. Anyway, aside from that, one major big bad thing is the whole 72-hour thing. Cut that shit out. Get that shit out of here. I don't want to see the 72 hours only bullshit. That in itself is bad news. I hate that. I would rather have that get burned to death. Yeah, I would rather have that than to play. Like if SUMD did that, like I would be desperately disappointed. At least when they do deals, it's not just 3 days. Oh yeah, you just only have like, is it 3 days? Yeah, 3 days. It's like, that's not long at all. Most people won't even get to it. Yeah, it's really bad. The game just launched. Like, really? That is just like too quick of a decision. Like, most people are not going to even do it. Even if they were going to pay the money into the game, they're not going to do it because it's way too early. It's way too early. Players need time to feel the game through before they say, oh yeah, maybe I will stick with this game or not. And I think that's just a big turnoff, because that's legit kind of forcing players to make the decision right now. And I kinda hate that. At least with Crossing Void, you can do it whenever you want to for the character you want for $10, but you have no time limit. Simple as that. At least with the freaking limited banner, even though it was mostly pay to win as well, had 1 to 2 weeks before it was out. No, it wasn't. At least it was more than 3 days. So I know, and other people can agree. Just get that out of here. Just get out with you. Anyway, aside from that, I don't think I really haven't been through the game that much to really point out any other things, you know. I'd have to play a lot more to really say what I figured out, you know. Anyway, this game is more easy to limit break level, and I got a 4-star and you can easily trade sharps, whatever that is, for 4-star weapons from Scout, and also exchange this for limit break level characters. Yeah, I know. I know. I mean, I played the game. I can look at the notifications. So yes, I do know that. I just haven't really gone to that point in events. Oh! Another bad thing about events. I'm just talking about events here. Why the fuck is crests limited that weren't limited in SAO MD? Can someone tell me why these things are limited per day? Why? Why can't you allow players to? Is it because there's auto? They don't want you to auto 24/7 leveling your characters up? I mean, you can't really do it anyway because of the stamina system. So what's the point of having it limited? That just makes no goddamn sense. Why is it limited? Like, are they really trying to handicap us that much? Like, that's one main big issue I have with this game. Right now, hands down, why is this limited? Because that already tells me, because I completely forgot about this, talking about this, and now I kind of remembered a few minutes ago. But whatever the case, this is bad because it legit limits what you can do, what you can mainly farm. It's kind of like how you're limited to play Crossing Void because you're limited with energy. Well, you can't, I don't think that's really correct. Like, I feel like even if this is the beginning of the game, I feel like some content you need equipment for. So that kind of goes against itself, Ava. Oh yeah, and also I did the equipment creation event tutorial. But yeah, I just think it's kind of weird that evolution is limited. I feel like that really limits what you could do, and I think that's a bad thing. You could argue, well, you would get to level 80, and it's like, well, yeah, but this content that you just gained to level 80 is not gonna be enough. I don't think that's really the case. I mean, yeah, I've been gone there, but I guess it depends upon your units as well. Anyway, enough of me yelling, because I don't want to lose my voice for tomorrow. Anyway, before we actually get started with the story, we're going to scout, not characters, obviously. The one thing that you should be going for right now is weapon scouts, if you have some characters. So my main goal, as always, get weapons for my units, so we can actually get places. And I know I haven't unlocked the blacksmith, but I will eventually get to the point where I can get to the blacksmith and upgrade these weapons. I've done some scouts before. I think when you unlock the blacksmith, you have the option to lock weapons, so hopefully that's in the game, because trust me, I'm going to be desperately needing that. Anyway, let's do it. And also the animations for it. There's some animations that are really good like this, but some not so much. I don't think this was in the I don't think this animation or cutscene. Well, this is not a cutscene from the anime, but I don't think it's in the anime. Different elements. Let's see if we can get up to different elements. Maybe just potions. That is somewhat good and bad. I mean, at least for long term, that's good because you can get different elements no matter what star level compared to SAO MD. It could be bad too if you can't get a certain one. You need a lot of money to upgrade money. Ava, you might want to change that. I'm salty about getting Lambent Light still. No clue what you're talking about. What's Automated Steel, but I haven't really grinded on yet. I think for me, I haven't really tried to grind because obviously I can't grind because I'm trying to get through the point so I can grind. Anyway. Also, by the way, if that sword is Ujio's weapon, it's guaranteed. Oh, hey! Hey, Ujio's weapon. If that is correct. If that is correct, Ava. If that is correct, because that technically is Ujo's sword. Okay, another 3-star rapier. Sorry, upgrade weapon. I have no clue. I haven't played the game yet, so no clue. Anyway, it doesn't really matter if we do get it or not because weapons are still good, still important. I don't know if there's any other weapon types except swords, rapiers, and daggers. There might be. I don't think I've gone through enough of the game to really say for certain. But hey, there's actually a lot of cool looking swords that you could also... I mean, I think that is guaranteed weapon. 50% sure. I mean, I just got a 4-star weapon. So, maybe it is. Okay, so we got the Crimson Flower Blade Raid 4. Shit. Who would that would belong to? I'm thinking it belongs to the bow guy. Whoever his name was. So, of course, you got this animation for the 4-star. Freezing short sword. Okay, so there's a different coloring determines the elements. No, 100% sure. It's C, because if I have to test it out more. But hey, oh, well look at that. If I can use this for my T's, I mean that's T's weapon. Well shit, T's is gonna be broken AF now. I don't think it really shows here, but that's pretty dope. I mean, the game's just like, here, T's. Just everything T's. No, excuse me. Anyway, aside from that, and seeing how that goes... Yeah, I guess there's also tickets that gives you more crests that you can complete. Which I think that's activated now. I'm not really too sure. I think I have to wait for that. Oh, it's a recovery ticket, so never mind. I don't know why I was saying that. Anyway, let me go to party, and we'll play the game some more, and I'll give my thoughts. These are a single target with magic attack buff. I haven't really got to the point of seeing the magic attack buff. So... that was actually my second 11 rule. I'm still gonna go for weapons to get more weapons. Can I lock it? Can I please lock it? Like, I wish I could lock it. It's not gonna probably allow me to. It's just gonna be like, nope. I feel like that's kind of like one of the issues, like, can I just please lock the weapon? I'm gonna have to look into that more. I don't want to, you know, lose the weapon. So I'll probably see. Cover good that gets you 5 runs. Yep, I was guessing that, and I think it did something, say something like that, so... It's one of those things we'll see when we get on into it. Wait, now... I just need to get more equipment. I love how I got another rapier. I'm not gonna use. I got a dagger. We use that. Another thing to note is why I'm using this team is because I'm trying to get the achievement or mission for each mission of going incarnation. Because if you don't have at least 2 or more charges, you're most likely not going to get it. So that's why I was just like, well, fudge it. I'm just gonna have a full team charge, and if I need to use break, I could just get break, or if I need more DPS, I can grab DPS. And I could just use Teese's incarnation and just nuke everyone.
You are so loud,
And I feel like weapon and character scouts in this game has a bit less chance for a 4-star than SAO might be me, but I feel like it is. The chance for a 3-star for 4-star is the same when the game first launched in SAO MD. The current star value of that generation is the same as 3%. It's always 3%. It's always will be 3% for SAO MD, and that's going to be the same thing for Rising Steel. That is why 6 stars is technically 3%. I mean, 5 stars is still 3%, but they increased the 4-star by 1% because that's 4-star level, and they're kind of useless except a few here and there. So that's why they're 4%. And they changed it to 4%. I think during the 5-star era, they changed it to 4%. But it's pretty much the same percentage when the game first launched with SAO MD. Weapons, on the other hand, are not. They're 3%. So we'll see. We'll see if they increase it or change it. That's just one problem I have. Anyway, aside from that, let me give equipment to these guys, because I probably will eventually use these guys. And I think everyone else has a weapon per se. I say that, but I'm gonna give Kirito and Mr. Kirito beat the fudged up dude as well. And this is my DPS team. I'm gonna switch. Can I switch out? I don't think I can switch out to the other team yet. In a house, Asuna. But yeah, this pretty much is the charge team. So, if that's what you're wondering, hi, the team. Is Leafa the only AoE healer so far? Don't know. Not sure. There might be more. Bring a character that can AoE heal. I mean, makes sense. I don't think I have such a thing. Let me see. Can I look at your... HP of all allies. HP of all allies. HP all allies. Recover stun. Incarnate break 40%. Ooh, that's interesting. Covers all allies and... What's Ujio's? Single ally. But the good thing about Ujio is it's really strong. That's why I like Ujio's. Because I like it single because it heals a lot. But I understand why you would say AoE, but AoE is a lot weaker when it comes to healing. So it's just something to know, obviously. I'm gonna use Frinka because I like Frinka more than the others. I mean, I like Sakuya, but I like range up Sakuya more. Oof. Yes. I know, oof, but it's what's gonna end up happening. Yeah, but that's right now. Like, obviously you're gonna have a lot more health than 1k. 1k might not be enough. Like, you just gotta realize, Ava, that over time, there's gonna be harder content, obviously. And I don't think AoE heal is gonna be good enough in certain battles. My Ujio has been healing for over 800, and he's not even max level, Ava. I'm not lying, he heals over 800 already, and he's not even to level 30. So I don't know what you're doing, Ava. You're just coughing up some weird numbers. That's what I'm seeing. You're just 5 0. That's what I'm hearing. Like, that's not true because mine's healing more than that. It's not even maxed up. Anyway, enough of me blabbering. I'm gonna continue on with the story. So yeah, it's interesting to see the other people that you can use. I feel like the whole, like, support is interesting. I said hit. Oh, blah, never mind then. I don't know why did I do that? Like, my brain said heal. Never mind. Just ignore me. Ignore me there for a second. I just had a coffee fit, okay? Anyway. Is there anything else? Fighting with one of our break skill characters recommend back. Interesting. I think Alice had the break. But we're not gonna do that. We're just gonna ignore the advice for now. So I'm probably gonna. I don't know if I'm really gonna care about the story, but as you can tell, the animations are not bad. I feel like some things would be better, but with what they're doing and what it is like, it's not that bad. Could be a lot better. Okay, so I don't know if I'm gonna read anything about it. I'm just gonna read it and just gonna keep pressing on. We got you doing falling. So yeah, maybe they could fix the finger there. At this point, it's just me nitpicking, but whatever the case. I'm gonna show you the gameplay. I mean, let's get ready for the game as well. But this game's obviously more strategic than SAOMD, which is more, of course, skill. There we go. That's what I wanted to say. So, of course, I don't have Enhance or a third one unlocked, because obviously I haven't gotten that far into the game yet. But there's Attack, Stay, which you just recover MP, or you only use MP, which I feel is kind of weird. Like, what do you think it wouldn't be? But maybe there's some bosses where they counter when you attack. That's what I'm thinking. But yeah, the gist pretty much is you can either use Charge, Assault, or Heal. The Charge, you can create your own incarnation or incarnates. Assault is pretty much mainly damage, and Heal is to obviously heal. The enemy can incarnate for this one, specifically the boss, I guess, instantly does it on charges at the time. There are some units that have Break. I think Break is the other one. With Break, you pretty much decrease the enemy's incarnation. Attack is just a normal attack that doesn't do enough damage. And yeah, that's pretty much the gist. And of course, there's MP in this game. It's just MP works a little bit differently in this game than SAOMD, but it's kind of the same thing. You begin on the game for my daily stamina, maybe now go to 47 heavy limits. Oh, another thing to note is stamina. Stamina's not bad, but I feel like it's a little bit low, but that's of course it's the beginning of the game, low level count. That could easily change as time goes on. So, I guess a few problems could be party mounts, so you can't really go that a whole lot of 4 stars. Makes sense, but not. Like, it's like if you scout a lot of characters, you feel like you should be able to use all those characters. But maybe they want you to get to a certain point of the game, but if you already know how to play the game, this is kind of not really useful. Anyway. Oh, there's just some interesting design ideas. Anyway, I'm kind of curious. Does this increases incarnate? So, as you can tell with the animation, sometimes they look good, sometimes not. They don't show the full animation. So interesting that Charge is weak to him. So of course enemies are weak to certain types. I thought, and he also is weak to fire too. I guess that's another thing to note. But kind of like SAOMD, certain enemies are weak to certain attacks. Like, they kind of synergate with SAOMD. For instance, swords, or using a sword to attack is weak. or is effective, I should say, against slimes and other characters that are weak to storms. And there's some synergy between the two games. There's some differences, like, I guess since there's no maces, unless they might add maces, who knows, but some enemies that were weak to maces, if I'm correct, are weak to charge, for instance. So it's stuff like that that you could probably tell, and also elements, which I even forgot to tell or note about, since Uchiyo, he's actually a water unit, so they pretty much give you a free water. Charges increase indication, but by a lot. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say. Like other moves, not all moves, but it's some of your moves increase incarnate. Pretty much any move that you attack with increases your incarnate. Like heal or stay doesn't for Uchiyo, for instance. And of course, you double tap to make your selection to be positive, and you can kind of view of what you can do. And you double press it to confirm your decision, obviously. And this is, of course, through the tutorial the game should go over with. You can also see what percentage you do. If you use the move often, you get a higher incarnate. And so, we'll see if we get Asuna with incarnate. But if we don't, that's fine. I'll just say this. The incarnate looks kind of bad sometimes for certain units, so we'll see. Okay, so we're almost at 90. We're at 99 with a 5 charge hit. Or maybe more than that. I'm sorry, ZT, we're already at 90. At least one more attack and I'll be able to do incarnate. I think we're gonna wait until we get to Tease to pretty much just nuke this dude. So we're just gonna weaken him for now. So we're gonna use a lot of NPC. At the beginning here, if you don't have to worry about other moves, you can just attack, not have to worry. We can't hear anything from him, but that's okay. He doesn't need Oh! Hello! You just almost one-shotting Alice there? Not cool, bro. Yeah, Enhance. I know there's more than that, but I don't have Enhanced unlocked or anything else, so I can't really say anything about those. I know there's more different sword skills, because you can look at the party and you can filter. But yeah, that is one thing to note. I thought I had a lot more than this 3, but no, I just have Tease again, and Alice and Asuna is just somewhere. Anyway, time to nuke. So pretty much the incarnation is kind of like your SS3. Now, some of them look good, some of them look like Tease is not bad. Like Tease actually looks pretty good. Like actually, it was really good, a lot better than Asuna's. A lot better than Asuna's, that's for sure. And of course, assuming no, the game did not even. Oh, I guess it's because since we killed the enemy. So something to note is I noticed that if you kill the enemy with the incarnation skill, whoa, shut up. Anyway, carrying on. If you do, if you kill, I think sometimes the game decides on its own. Sometimes it feels like, but if you kill, sometimes it skips it completely and just goes to story. While at times it does not skip. So it's like, can you make up your mind game? Anyway, so for instance, we're going with the sword. He just using his credit skill. I mean, I thought the edit boss or enemy had to go to 100. No, I did not read that wrong. I don't know where you're getting the whole read it wrong. When I was talking about staying, it was like, it's kind of weird that they have it, but it makes sense if there was an enemy that counter-attacked. Like a boss that does. That's what I said. Hopefully I think you just completely skipped that part. So that's why I'm thinking why stay would be fun. I think also stay increases your MP back. But generally at this point, I don't think it's as useful. Maybe in certain situations in later game. you want to stay to increase your MP back, is my thought process when it comes to MP. And also, you also could, yeah, you could. And another thing to note in the tutorial is that didn't really forget. You could argue I didn't forget, but I didn't really forget. This is what Ava said at the very end of her sentence there. Is that if you skip, you still keep the combo. You can just use it for a different character, which I don't think is as useful. I think that's even worse idea. Like, if it was, I think it was something you could also you cover MP, but no. Honestly, I don't think it is useful at all, because in most cases you want to use that character at that turn, unless the boss moves faster. If you attack it, sustain might be more useful, but I can't really say. Same, but the strengths look different. I'm not gonna read it. I love how they're going like Super Saiyan speed. Anyway, so I guess we pretty much killed the boss, which I thought that was going to be the case, but that kind of just shows you. For me, it's useful. I mean, it depends upon your team set. For me, since I'm going full charge, it's not really useful. Like, I don't really see it being that useful much yet. Like, there'll be certain situations where it might actually be more useful to just wait. But so far, not really. You can just read through the story on your own, so that's why I'm not really putting much care to it. Okay, stay so you don't have to attack in church. Proud enough, not every item can be used. Stay your character's true. I could see what you mean by that. I could see where that could be useful, but I guess it depends upon where you're at in the game, and if you really desperately need that, I'd have to test it out. It's one of those things that, right now, I could say stay is not as useful, and I will still say that. Right now, I still think stay is not as useful. But in terms of you saying, okay, well, maybe I'd have to go back to the tutorial again, because I kinda not remember this. Like, I think they said something about this, but you can move your character back in line, but not past the enemy. Or something like that. I don't know, I'd have to see. I would have to test it out more and test it out again. Honestly, I really don't remember. I still think state isn't as important. I mean, honestly, like, you would probably better to fine-tune your stats and your skills so you don't have to race your MP to do that to begin with. It's just something to think about, you know? Assuming you can. Is there anything else to make note of aside from gameplay and that demonstration? Not really. I think that was just more of me showing the gameplay for people that are maybe not playing the game. Maybe want more info from the game, you know? And honestly, compared to SAO MD, I would pick SAO MD over this game. I mean, yeah, it's more strategic, but I don't know. I think the animations are unique, but not as good or crazy as SAO MD. I get why they did it. I don't know what the I understand the artistic direction they went with this game, but I don't think it's as good. I would have to see a lot more, and I feel like they could improve upon it a lot when it comes to the whole SS3, I call it. I'm gonna call it SS3 because honestly, I feel like that's the best way of describing it. Anyway, aside from that...
Yes, anytime I try to talk to you. Well, anytime I try
Another thing to note is they also do, like, go back in the story, which I don't know why they do. Like, honestly, I feel like this is they're trying to, like, push away SAO MD, because they're doing stuff like this is like, I don't know why they do this. It's like, oh yeah, it's just story points that doesn't need to be here, but we'll do it anyway, just because there might be new players that haven't played an SUG before or haven't watched the anime. Which honestly, I will not substitute this for the anime. I would rather just watch the anime, get through the halfway point, then come to this game. See the differences with the new character. Honestly, like, I don't think you should just play this for learning the story first time around. I guess that's another thing to note. It's like, why do they do this? I mean, yeah, it's more diamonds, but there's really no point. You know, you get what I'm understanding? Like, it'd be wiser if you really play this first time, actually watch the anime. I don't think it's as needed to this whole stuff, but okay, whatever. And of course, there's the whole tips, but yeah, and of course, this is like several missions, like side missions that you still have to complete that go over kind of the story, but kind of ties into the story, you know? I don't remember even that scene. I mean, I remember that scene, but I don't remember her looking like that. But yeah, there goes the whole diamond thing. But yeah, is there anything else that I want to make note of? Scouts. I think it's more or less, I just need more time to play this game to really say anything, you know? Oh, I guess one thing is what you can say in your, like, chat bubble. I messed around with it, and it's like, oh yeah, I can't say, hey, how's your day been? Because it just says unknown character. Like, what's unknown of me saying, hey, how's your day been? How is that either unknown or bad? Like, that's, I think, like, another thing that it's like, why? Kind of more than it's bad or good. It's just like, why? I guess it's bad because I can't say what I want to say. Maybe it's a glitch. I don't know. I guess let's talk about the menu. How clean it is. You might get confused from time to time, but I would say it's very simple to understand. It's clean. Compared to other games, it's a lot more clean. Like, if you just want to do story quests, boom, easy and simple. And you want to go back, you just press that. And of course, if you want to do side quests, which after a certain point, side quests are going to be probably mostly the big thing. This party, which actually the good thing is, you have a lot of parties that you can make. I think I saw that you could have like you change your home screen. So I guess a few good things is the character. Like, you can have your own favorite character on the main menu. I feel like that's a cool thing. I don't know why people would go with this Stu or Perdell, but I guess they're there for those types of people. I mean, if you don't know who this blonde fuck was, I mean, I don't have to describe it. It was one of those controversial things of the first part of Season 3. Yeah. I mean, he died, if that gives any inclination. But another thing to note is their outfits, so we'll have to see, and different backgrounds. So there's a bit of customization, which I feel like is a cool thing, which I do like. I mean, I do like what they did with SUMD, so I like both things. So if you have a favorite character, this is kind of like their own fan service to you, which I like this more than just saying, oh hey, let's just get a crap ton face you with fan service banners. Instead, we'll do all over the sort characters, and if you like a certain character for whatever reason, like, hey, you like this village defender dude, well, there you go for the fans that like him. And I love that. It's so simple, but amazing. Like, hell, like, whenever Itsuki comes into the game, boom! Right there in front of your screen is gonna be in that picture, in that side, and my main menu right there. I mean, alas, that's not the case, but you kind of get the gist. So I do like that about the whole like character thing, customization for your profile and your gameplay, and your menu. It's cool. It's nothing too crazy. It's simple, clean, precise. I don't think anyone's gonna have much of an issue, because most of the problems stamina for future. I'm gonna say this: stamina's gonna be an issue. No matter what, stamina's gonna be an issue. That's why you gotta be careful with stamina games. They will eventually they'll hook you to the point where you have to put in money to continue. No matter what, it will eventually happen. Just forwarding you guys why SUD is better in that situation. But of course, they can balance it out by how much farming you do, but it's not as bad as other games. So it's like, honestly, SUMD when it comes to grinding and no stamina, it's really good. Like, you cannot lie, it's a really good system. It's gonna be a lot more better than this system. I can give you that. For some people, they don't like how much damage you get, which I think comes around to like how many diamonds you could get. It's gonna be a lot less, I feel like, compared to SUMD, but then again, you gotta realize, there's gonna be, like, a lot to this, because you have probably both parts to the SEO story of Alization. And you know how much there is just for the first part, and how quick? Like, I'm already had enough for, like, 33 scouts, which at least got me 2 characters, I mean, one was free, and a wait for a weapon. I mean, yeah, you could argue it's lucky, but you kind of get the gist. So, there's a lot of missions to collect, but I can understand where you're only getting 3. It'd be better to have 5 and keep it the same. But then again, there's probably so much that I don't know if it's really much of an issue. I feel like it would be better just to save right now and see. But another thing to note is the cost for a diamond is cheaper than SUMD. That's a plus and a minus because you get less for free to play, but it's cheaper to get them as a whale or a dolphin. Last time I checked it, especially with the deals. Like, the deals for SUMD is at least 40 plus. The highest deal was 33. 35, honestly. Like, the small deal was like 20 something. So that's also something to note. That too, there is different kinds of battle systems, which I do like. I like the waves more than the fields. Fields, I think, are more or less just a storyline, and the waves are more for just gameplay type of things. And I like waves more than fields, so at least I don't have to worry about walking around. But then you get more treasures. So that's something to note. I mean, there's some maps you can get 6 diamonds if you get the chest. So I did forget to note that. So sometimes you get Trice diamonds. One more than most of the missions in SU. SAOMD, but at least every SAOMD mission is 5, so I don't know. But another thing to note is there's events, there's Ordinal, there's the tower, and if Ordinal the tower or not. There's honestly like a lot to do in this game.
Since you had 15
So,
puppies, I don't know if I got that part out to you.
just a sec, everyone. Sorry about that. I haven't gone to the far enough into the game to really say any more pros and cons. Party, I feel like it's a con. Like, I feel like it should, like, I feel like at this point, I should be at 60. Still at 54. Why? So I guess that's another issue, especially since I have the free Alice, and if you got at least an extra, or maybe 2 other 4 stars, you can't use all of them out of 14, so it's like, what's the point of having 4 stars? Another con. Free units. Dun dun dun! You kinda get what I'm gonna get at. Few units, I mean, unless you max them out, are going to be worse than gacha. And 100% right now, I can easily say that. Especially with the pre-order, the pre-registration Alice. Already worse. Doesn't even have a proper in SS3. Like, a lot of the 3-star, pretty much 3 stars and below, don't even have an SS3 per se. Maybe some of the units kinda do, because they're a lot more unique, like the 1-star, if you want to say 1-star Ujio and Kirito. Kinda in their own right. I mean, more or less Kirito does. Ujio's kinda similar to the Assault, but at the same time, not. Those 2 are kind of different compared to the rest, but I would have to see more to really be 100% sure. But of course, 4 stars have their own inclination, so that's a bonus. Damage output is a lot better than the free 4 stars. I would have to see about the other 4 stars, but at least the pre-registration Alice, she's a lot more worse than Asuna or Ortiz is. So, go figure, right? Anything else? I think I already said energy. Scouts, I guess that's optional, opinionated. It depends upon your experience. My experience with SUMD, I don't think it's that hard to get a unit. Like, you will eventually get a unit a lot faster than other gacha games. I don't know if maybe it's that my luck or not, but I know I've had times where I didn't get anything before, but I mean, as you can already tell, I already have 2 4-star gacha units. I already have a Raid 4 weapon. A lot better than some of the other gachas. Hell, it took me a while before I eventually got a 4-star in Crossing Void. First day I got a 4-star in this game. Compared to Crossing Void, which took about over a week. Maybe 2. I got the limited banner Alice. I still haven't gotten S-rank units in the game. But then again, you can eventually up S-rank to another units, but that's not the case. Other gacha games are kind of similar case, except other games like Azur Lane, which S-rank doesn't really matter most of the time, so that can go aside, we don't have to worry about that in that game, but just the other times of me playing gacha games, I generally don't get that lucky, or I don't get anything. I just don't know. I don't know why. Why SUMD and Splash 4 this game? For some reason, I feel like the 3% is higher than the 3%. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. But for me, gacha right now is nothing too crazy. It still has the half scouts before for your first time scouting that specific banner. So that's still in effect. I love that. Thank you for keeping that in. So that's a pro. I love that feature. A lot better than other gacha games, for sure. No, some gacha games do it at certain times. Well, lots of gacha games that might have 10 fools don't generally. So that's already a pro. I guess I haven't gone far enough into the game to really say anything about the events or other stuff. But if it's gonna be similar to like SAO MD, I can already say that's gonna be a great event to farm. Like generally, the events are good to farm because they're generally just having it is good, and they're mostly the best that we have. Until we get around to the point where we can get Raid 5 armor and equipment. The equipment that you can get through the events are pretty much going to be the best equipment. I mean, the only equipment that you can get from Scout is weapons anyway, so that is your only way to get weapons by farming in the event. So when I get around to the equipment creation event, I am 100% just gonna farm a lot, assuming I can actually farm it. We'll see. But anyway, I'll have to see further more, but I feel like it wouldn't be as bad. We all know it's Cardinal speaking in the chat boxes from No! Actually, question mark is the spider. No, it's actually the spider. Which, if you guys don't know, yes, the spider has its own speaks. We never saw anything in the anime until, like, the final battle. Pretty much. Because they didn't really allude to it or say anything about it. Like, unless you read the manga or this, which I think this goes over the manga. I mean, at this point, I think it does. Like, it's kind of weird if it doesn't. It's just the only new thing is the girl, but it goes through the manga. I'm positive. Correct me if I'm wrong, but it goes through a lot more details. So, if you haven't already guessed already, it's actually spider. So, to clarify that. Well, yeah. Aside from that, party cost, stamina, diamonds, how much damage you get compared to SAOMD, and how much you're gonna need to spend. It's actually worse than SAO MD. We'll see. For 1 diamond? Really? I just only touched your head. Or was it our ear? Huh. I did not know that. What? I didn't even touch anything crazy. It's like I'm touching like a strand of hair right there. Or shorter. Like I'm... Okay? Like, actually I'm kind of touching the house, too. Okay, jeez, you're being weird. But yeah, I saw the notification pop up, but aside from that, yeah, that's gonna get my cons. And animations. That's another one. Animations. So animation, stamina, diamonds, party cost. But I feel like it depends upon if they do the same thing like SAOMD. Like helps out new players with that. I feel like by now I should have already gotten to 60 at least, or somewhere around 60. Still haven't gotten any more party cost. So we'll see if I get any more party cost. Maybe there's something different with it in this time around. But at this point, it's a con. Because generally, at this point, I should be able to use more higher powerful units. Even though I'm rank 11. We'll see. Aside from that, I would have to play a lot more at this game to really give more pros and cons. But those are mostly, I would say, the problems or the cons I see. Could change over time. That's just one thing to note. I know something changed with Crossing Void, but some new problems cropped up for Crossing Void in some problems are still the same, like Energy Naki. So, yeah, some things could change, some things could be added, some things can be just taken off completely. But yeah, that's so far the con. The pros, strategic, if that's your thing. It is so much fun. There are some good karate animations. Story crest is, I would argue, done well. I just note that some animations are not good, but there's a decent amount that are. So it's just something to note. Crest system, kinda good. It kinda helps move you along. The menus are clean. They're easy to understand. The game can be easy to understand. Podcast, yeah, I can't have more 4 stars. Because last time I checked, okay, so I guess sometime I increased more party cost, which I did not even see. I think it was like a 52, but at this point I think an SUMD should be at 60. I mean, even with that level up, if we go back into the stream, it didn't even say I got more party cost, so I'm not even sure anymore when it comes to party cost. But I'm talking about party cost like right here, the party cost. A legit cost in your party to how high your grade of units can use. I feel like I probably should be able to use mostly 3 stars, but games like, no. But then again, I think it was at 4:52 at the beginning of the stream, so I don't even know anymore. Well, I guess put that in the maybe not category, because I thought for a second it was bad, but then again, I just noticed that's at 4. Yes, but it doesn't say in the level up screen. So that's the problem. It's like, well, it doesn't say increase my party cost in the game, but it's showing that I did in the menu. I don't know. I have no clue at this point when it comes to that. Oh gosh. I'm talking way too much. I'm rambling way too much. Oh god. But anyway. Anything else? Can't really say... Oh! I guess going back to the cons, or bad things. The deals... No. Not a good idea. 72 hours? What are you thinking? Last time I checked, it didn't say that. At least all the times I leveled up, it didn't say that, but... Whatever. I'd have to go back and check, but last time I just when I leveled up there earlier ago, it didn't really say. I didn't see anything for party costs, so I don't know. I have to check back and see again. Maybe it. I don't know. I saw AP. I know AP goes up, but I haven't really been seeing party costs, so I don't know. I think party cost was originally at 50. I don't know. You know, I'm not gonna worry about it. Like I said, it's one of those that I'm gonna have to put into the maybe and make sure. Aside from that, character distribution. Oh yes, I guess I can talk about characters. It comes back to them wanting to make it SUMD, because if it was just gonna be Alization, why the heck are there non-SUMD characters in this game? So, I guess that's either pro or con for you. If you just want Alization, that's not gonna be what's happening for this game. So if you're disappointed, sorry. I guess that's the only thing I could say when it comes to character that you can find in this game. Character distribution. Like, I'm not a fan that there's Leafa in this game. I'm not a fan there's Austin in this game. I'm not a fan that Yuki's in this game. But at the same time, they're trying to make this like every other gacha SUMD, and this fits more with SUMD. If I'm gonna be honest, it's more or less like a SUMD kind of thing. If I'm gonna be honest, I mean you can argue it's gacha, but it has SUMD characters. they're really basing this game off of SUMD, but current SUMD. Kinda. Like, there's the whole maximum break gives you the illustration, etc. When does this end? On the 12th. Let's see. 20, oh, okay, so it's November 12th. Okay, I was like, the 12th. Oh, okay. So, there's some time before this, banner ends. So, I guess there's more to know. It's like, you can actually see what they get. I'm trying to see, is there anything else? Can I see more 4 stars? No, those are the only 4 stars in the game. Interesting. So this is kind of the first 4-star banner. So I could actually see them probably doing the same thing as SUMD. So I'm kind of fearful because I don't want this to be an SUMD clone. I want it to be its own thing. But I feel like they're trying to do... I think they're just trying to push this game as SUMD and stop it with SUM. That's my fear. I fucking hope not they do it. But who knows? We'll just have to see as time goes on. I feel like if this is the only characters in the game and it's till the 12th, that's actually a really long time. So I expect a new banner before then. Kind of weird if they don't, but I mean, then again, this is the release celebration Scouts, so there might be more 4 stars in the game. It's just that we can't get them right now. Maybe there is. Let me see. There might be some in here, so don't say anything yet. Level higher than the rarity. Huh. Battle healing. For some 4-star characters only. Huh. Interesting. Anyway. So that's, I guess, one interesting thing to note is if you limit break, there are some characters that get healing each turn, which is kind of good. That's one of those things I have to look more into, but yeah. Most of this, at this point, is just, I need to play the game more to really get a better understanding and get more of what's good and bad the game. Scouts is opinionated. For me, the Scouts are not bad. It's a lot better than other gacha games. So that's just one thing to note. So I mean, at least with the rates. But the diamonds might be an issue. I still have to play the game more to really say that that's correct or not. And then... I'm trying to think if there's anything else. No. Aside from that, like, you gotta get the gist of what I think. I just have to get to the game to really have a final understanding of the game. And things can obviously change as time goes on as well, so... Until then, I think I am going to stop it for here. I think the problem with this right now is it probably will maybe do more streams for this game. It's just right now, I don't want to play through the story, because I feel like I don't want to read the story because it'd be boring for you guys. I just don't want to do that while trying to get to the events to farm, and then to farm the events. And yeah, I think, honestly, we're just going to leave the whole story bits off screen. You guys can play the game. You guys probably don't care about me going over the story, so would be the point. I do care. I don't want to play the game through these missions over and over again just to see the story, so I think I'm just going to let that off screen. So I think this is a perfect time to stream off for in Rising Steel for now. like I said, so I can play the game, so that if I do stream, it's gonna be streaming as like the events, ordinal, tower, if tower is ordinal, more or less just going through the harder content and farm. That is what I'm gonna be mostly, and scout. I'm not gonna do it based off the story. If there's anything I'll talk about the story with, I'll let you guys know on Discord if I have to say anything. Aside from that, and actually I do like the new Integrity Knight girl, I just have to see more of her. I feel like she's gonna be one of those, like, really likes Alice types, like, thinks as a sister or more. I don't know. That's the feel I get for her. I don't think I don't remember the name they gave her, but that's just all I can say with the new character at this point. But I feel like it mostly comes down to as something I'll do later. And I might do hard mode stories on stream as well, but like I said, all of that is gonna be for either off screen or on a different live stream. So that's gonna be it for the Rising Still live stream. If you guys did enjoy this, kind of like my own thoughts. In the end of the day, even though I haven't gone through the game enough to really give my all opinionated thought process on this game, at least I can say like what I like and what I don't like. Aside from that, I'm trying to think. Do I want to do SAO MD? No. It's kind of too late. I mean, I could, but I really don't want to. I want to farm the events. I've watched the events. I think I'm gonna let that be a different day. I might make that a Monday or a Sunday. We'll see. So it's gonna be later, I think next week. At least Monday or Sunday. I'm not gonna do another one tonight. So if I do, it's gonna be over an hour and it's gonna be way late. And I don't want to necessarily do that. Yeah, I mean, I don't have to go to work in the morning, but I still want time so I do stuff because I don't want to sleep past 11. Because I gotta work at 1, so I have to have time to eat before that. So we're not gonna do another stream just so it doesn't mess up my schedule for tomorrow. So yeah, that's gonna be it. So if you guys did enjoy, like I said, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, follow, and description below is Discord, so do please go check it out if you haven't already. But aside from that, thank you for joining. Good luck on your summons, and I'll see you guys on Sunday, which could either be shiny hunting, sword, or it could be memory defrag. It could be memory defrag and Rising Steel. Don't know. Maybe I will do a story on stream. I don't know. But until then, I know what I'm gonna do. Have a nice day. I'll see you guys later. And let me know what you guys fully think of the goods and the problems that you have with this game in Discord. Because I know you can say it in here, and I know some of you guys did, but I also want to know on comment section or Discord. So for people that are not in my Discord chat, they can also do it in the description below. Well, not description below, but for at least, I mean, you can't go there to do Discord, but you can do it in the comments and say what you guys. Maybe you can enlighten me on some things I might have missed out on, or maybe some clarification. I know Ava's always up to that. It might have showed level up for party cost in the Freind. I'm just being a stubborn old goat. Well, whatever may be the case. That's for another time. Till then, have a nice day. Enough of me rambling. Peace. See you guys on Discord, too.